Hello and welcome to English Unfolded, where we unfold English together. So, this is the part 2 of the very first chapter, An Astrologer's Day. So, in the last video, we saw how there's a argument between the man and the astrologer over money, where the astrologer said that will you give me 8 annas, and then the man agreed to him. He said that he will give him twice as much if he's wrong. So this pact was accepted between the two. The pact means agreement. So if you haven't watched the part 1, first you watch that video and then you come back to this video. So we start from your only. Okay, the astrologer sent up a prayer to heaven as the other lit a cheroot. So the astrologer sent up a prayer to heaven, and the man, uh, he lit a cheroot. Now, what is a cheroot? Cheroot, here it's written a cigar. Okay, so a cigar which is open from both the ends. You can see this picture here, cigar. Okay. The astrologer caught a glimpse of his face by the matchlight. So as you know, it's completely night time and there's no light. It's almost midnight and there was no light. So the astrologer used the matchlight to see the man's face. Glimpse means to a momentary or partial view. Okay, to see. There was a pause as cars hooted on the road. Jutka drivers swore at their horses, and the babble of the crowd agitated the semi-darkness of the park. So this is the entire surrounding at that time. There was a pause. There was a complete silence. Uh, the cars hooted on the road. Uh, Jutka drivers swore at their horses. So hooted means to make a sound, to make a sound of a car horn or siren. Okay, make or cause to make a hoot. The babble of the crowd. Babble means talk rapidly and continuously in a foolish, excited, or incomprehensible way. So talk really fast so that you cannot understand. That is babble. Okay, agitated the semi-darkness of the park. So all these things were happening. Now what is Jutka? Jutka is a horse-driven cart. You can see this horse-driven cart, Jutka. It's not an English word, but this is called as code mixing, where Hindi and English is just mixed. Okay, so the horse drivers swore off their horses. Swore means to past tense of swear. Okay, so yeah, and agitated is again a word over here, feeling or appearing troubled or nervous. So the crowd was nervous, the and all this contributed to the semi-darkness of the park. The other sat down. The other means the man, sucking his cheroot. Puffing out. Puffing out means breathing. Breathing out of breath. Sat there ruthlessly. Ruthlessly means without pity or compassion for others. So he was not concerned about anyone. The astrologer felt very uncomfortable. Yo, take your Anna back. I am not used to such challenges. It is late for me today. So now it's completely dark and very late. So the astrologer is completely uncomfortable and he's saying that take your Anna back. I'm not going to tell you any future now. He made preparations to bundle up. Who? The astrologer made preparations to bundle up. The other held his wrist and said, you can't get out of it now. So the man is saying, now you can't go, now you have to tell me the future. You dragged me in while I was passing. The astrologer shivered in his grip. and his voice shook and became faint. Shivered means he was completely shaken by this, that the man is forcing him now to tell him and give answers for his questions, and so his voice shook and he became completely faint. Faint means of a sight, smell, or sound barely perceptible. Okay? Leave me today. I will speak to you tomorrow. The other thrust his palm in his face and said, challenge is challenge. But the man is very much firm on his decision, that he's telling the astrologer, no, you have to tell me today what I'm asking you. You can't go from here until and unless you answer my questions. Go on. Challenge is challenge. Go on. So the man is saying this. The astrologer proceeded with his throat drying up. So he was very nervous and his throat was drying up. There is a woman. Uh, then suddenly the man said, stop, said the other. I don't want all that. Shall I succeed in my present search or not? So the man is saying, I don't want to know anything about the woman. You only tell me, shall I succeed in my present search or no? So he was searching for something. Answer this and go. Otherwise, I will not let you go till you disgorge all your coins. What is disgorge? Yield, surrender under pressure. Disgorge means yield or give up, especially funds, money. Okay? All your coins. The astrologer muttered a few incantations. Muttered means murmured, whispered. Okay? A few incantations. Incantations means magical words, enchantment, series of words said as a magic spell or charm, and replied, all right, I will speak. But will you give me a rupee if what I say is convincing? So now the astrologer is giving him an offer that you have to give me a rupee if I tell you everything honestly, if I tell you something that is convincing you. Okay, that is all the answers to your questions. Otherwise, I will not open my mouth and you may do what you like. So the offer is that you have to give me a rupee, otherwise I'm not going to open my mouth. Okay. After a good deal of haggling, haggling means bargaining, the other agreed. The astrologer said, you were left for dead, am I right? The astrologer is asking the man now. You were left for dead. Means someone tried to kill you and left you to die somewhere. Someone had attacked you. Am I right? Ah, tell me more. Now this the man is saying, oh, tell me more. What else do you know? Then the astrologer is saying, a knife has passed through you once, said the astrologer. Good fellow. He bared his chest to show the scar. What else? This means that this entire thing that the astrologer is saying is true. And to hear all these things from the astrologer, the man is completely shocked that there was a time when this man was attacked. There was one time when the knife was passed through that man, and now that man is also showing his scar to the astrologer. Now, what is this word bed? Bed means uncover a part of the body or other thing and expose it to view. Okay, what else? Now the man wants to know more. And then you were pushed into a well nearby in the field. You were left for dead. So the astrologer is saying that you were pushed by someone into the well in the field, means in the farm, uh, and you were left for dead, means there was a attempt to murder. Okay, I should have been dead if some passerby had not chanced to peep into the well. Passerby means a person who happens to be going past something, especially on foot. Peep means to look quickly and furtively at something, especially through a narrow opening. Okay, so all this is true, and the man is saying now, I should have been dead if some passerby, if some person have not noticed him, if some person did not see that someone is lying into the well, Then he would have died, exclaimed the other, overwhelmed by enthusiasm. Overwhelmed means, now you're asking you the meaning. So overwhelmed means have a strong emotional effect on. Okay, and enthusiasm means intense and eager enjoyment, interest, or approval. So he was uh, very much overwhelmed by enthusiasm, and he was saying this to the astrologer. He was telling his in this condition of his to the astrologer. When shall I get at him? Now, who him? This man is asking to the astrologer, when shall I get at him? Means, when will I get that fellow who tried to attack me? He asked, clenching his fist. Clenching means the act of closing the fist, regarding the fingers or hand closed into a tight ball, especially as a manifestation of extreme anger. So, clenching his fist, he was very angry. In the next world, answered the astrologer. He died 4 months ago in a far off town. In the next world means after you die, you will meet him because he has also died. So the astrologer is saying that that man who tried to attack you has died 4 months ago in a far off town. You will never see any more of him. The other groaned on hearing it. Groan means what? Groan means make a deep, inarticulate sound conveying pain, despair, pleasure, etc. So he was like, there was he was pleasure to hear this. Okay, he made a sound of relief. Okay, now he's means he has got the revenge now. So he's dead, and he got for what he's did. The astrologer proceeded. Guru Nayak, you know my name? The other said, taken aback. Taken aback means he was shocked to notice that the astrologer knows his name. Now the man's name was Guru Nayak. As I know all other things, Guru Nayak, listen carefully to what I have to say. So the astrologer is saying, I know other things, as I know all other things, I know your name also. So further he says, astrologer is saying, your village is 2 days journey due north of this town. Take the next train and be gone. So now the astrologer is advising Guru Nayak that your village is only 2 days journey from this town, and he's telling him to take the next train and go to your village. I see once again great danger to your life if you go from home, which means that I see again a great danger to your life. It means again someone is going to attack on you. That's why I'm telling you, you go to your village. He took out a pinch of sacred ash and held it to him. He gave a pinch of sacred ash to Guru Nanak. Rub it on your forehead and go home. Never travel southward again, and you will live to be 100. So this means that the attack was done in the south. Okay, southward the attack was done on Guru Nanak, but now the astrologer is saying, after giving him the sacred ash, that you go to your village and don't come back, don't go to southward again. You go to your village and you will live long, you will live to be 100, which means you will live 100 years long. Okay, why should I leave home again? The other said reflectively. Now, reflectively means characterized by quiet thought or contemplation. So he was very quietly asking that, why should I go home? Why should I leave home again? I was only going away now and then to look for him and to choke out his life if I met him. Choke out means to kill him. Choke out means block out. But yeah, so he was there to search of that man, and if that the man who attacked Guru Nayak, if he met him, then he was only to choke out his life, if at all he met him. He shook his head regretfully, but now that man is no more. The astrologer said that the attacker is no more. So now you go to your village. He has escaped my hands. Now the man is saying, he continues that he has escaped my hands. If I met him, I would have definitely killed him. I hope at least he died as he deserved. Yes, said the astrologer. He was crushed under a lorry. What is a lorry? This is a lorry. Okay? A large heavy motor vehicle for transporting goods or troops. A truck. Okay? Another name for truck, you can say. So the astrologer is saying that your attacker has been crushed under a lorry. The other looked gratified to hear it. Gratified means give someone pleasure or satisfaction. So he was very satisfied to hear that the person who tried to kill him is now no more and he came under a lorry. Okay, he was very much relieved to hear this. The place was deserted by the time the astrologer picked up his articles and put them into his bag. Deserted means completely empty, empty of people. Okay, now the astrologer, now by the time all these things happen, the entire dialogue between the astrologer and Guru Nanak happened. The place was completely empty, and now he was putting everything into his bag. The green shaft was also gone. Remember the green shaft, the green ray of light which was coming, that is now gone, leaving the place in darkness and silence. So there was darkness and silence in the place. There was no one in that place. The stranger had gone off into the night after giving the astrologer a handful of coins. So the Guru Nanak gave him a handful of coins and he left. It was nearly midnight when the astrologer reached home. His wife was waiting for him at the door and demanded an explanation. Now, definitely, the astrologer is late than usual, so his wife is there at the door asking, demanded means asking him an explanation for what, why is he late. He flung the coins at her and said, flung means the past tense of fling, which means to throw forcefully. The astrologer threw those coins which the Guru Nanak has given him at his wife, and he said, count them. One man gave all that. 12.5 annas, she said, counting. So after counting, the wife of the astrologer said that the coins were 12.5 annas. She was overjoyed. She was very happy to see. Overjoyed means extremely happy to see this, that so much of money I got. And now the wife is saying, I can buy some jaggery and coconut tomorrow. The child has been asking for sweets for so many days now. I will prepare some nice stuff for her. Okay, so the wife is very happy that she has got this money, and she is going to buy jaggery and coconut for the child who has been asking for sweets. Okay, now the swine has cheated me. He promised me a rupee, said the astrologer. What does swine mean? Swine means an unpleasant person. Okay, so now the astrologer is getting reminded that he had given Guru Nanak the offer of giving 1 rupee if he tells him everything correct, but he gave him only 12 annas. Then this is what the realization is happening now. She looked up at him. You look worried. What is wrong? So the astrologer was very worried, but now the wife is asking, what happened? Why are you so very worried? So the astrologer said nothing. After dinner, sitting on the pure means a string cot. String cot means this. Okay, on the pure, he told her, "Do you know a great load is gone from me today? I thought I had the blood of a man on my hands all these years." Blood of a man here means uh, to be the cause of someone's death, to bear the guilt or responsibility of someone's death or injury. So he thought he yeah. So now can you get the idea who was the attacker? The attacker was no one but the astrologer himself. I thought I had the blood of a man on my hands of all these years. That was the reason why I ran away from home, settled you and married you. He is alive. So the astrologer is telling his wife all these things, that I, from so many years, I was thinking that I murdered someone, I had killed someone. That's why I ran away from my home, from my village, and settled here in the city. But that man is alive. So now the load, the burden of a murder has gone from my head today. She gasped. Now, what is gasped? Catch one's breath with an open mouth owing to pain or astonishment. So she was very astonished. She was shocked. And the wife said, "You tried to kill him?" And then the astrologer is saying, "Yes, in our village when I was a silly youngster. We drank, we gambled, and quarreled badly one day." Gambled means play games of chance of money, bet, and quarrel means to have a heated argument or disagreement, to fight. Okay, so one day they drank, they gambled, and they quarreled badly one day. Why think of it now? Okay, why think of it now? Time to sleep, he said, yawning, and stretched himself on the pure. Okay, so all these things happened in the village, but now the astrologer is saying, "Why think of it now? Time to sleep," he said, yawning. So he was very sleepy, he was yawning, stretched himself on the pole. He just lied down on the pole and he went to sleep. So this was the lesson, an astrologer's day, and I end the video here. I hope you like the video. Then please share it with your friends and make sure you subscribe to my channel, and the link for part 1 of this chapter as well as this PDF is in the description. And until next time, keep learning.